This week's flow is a repetitive flow. Some of you that have done yoga with me for a long time may remember ladder flow that we've done in the past. That's scary. There's lots of vinyasas. It's a very challenging workout. This is not that, my friends. What we're going to do today is introduce our flow, just meaning a sequence of postures that will repeat very slowly on each side to begin. So we'll have time to explore them and feel them and just make our way into something that feels great. And then after we've figured out what we're doing on each side, it's the same on each side, we'll work through the same thing numerous times with our breath. And I'll still be cueing you. This is not something you have to remember, but the hope is that, let's say you're here and you're just like, I want to close my eyes and just feel this. Then you don't have to worry about like, what's she going to do next? Because you already know what's coming next. My hope for you is that you feel maybe you can explore something in a bigger, better, bolder, more confident way. Maybe you can settle in to something that we do 4 to 6 times in a more comfortable way. Maybe one of these postures feels downright super challenging, but after 4 to 6 times, you're like, oh, hey, now I get it. So that's our thinking for today. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Tiffany. Welcome, everyone. And let's begin. If you're new to my class today, just take a peek at how I have my yoga mats like a T. You don't need it like that. I'm just going to do that so I can turn every which way and show you how it should look or how maybe it should feel in your body. Some things are more of a feeling type of a thing. I'm going to bring my space heater back with me. Otherwise, if you need something cushiony for your knees, if you like to kneel your postures, definitely get that so you're comfy. I think that's really all we'll need. We have a quick warm up. So if you have socks and sweatshirts on, keep them on if you're really cozy, but they won't need to stay on for long. As soon as we start to move, I'll ask you to take those off. So let's begin, yogis. Assuming that you've been seated at your desk all day, I'm going to do some shoulder opening and chest opening movements to begin. Let's get cozy with our feet outside, our hips width distance, and we're soft in our lower half, just kind of hanging out here. Take a moment to sway a little side to side. Come into your breath and land in your body. Take a big inhale through your nose, like a full body breath. Maybe you feel that you lift a little. And then an easy exhalation. Let's begin with the left arm, taking a big shoulder circle backwards. You can go right into a straight arm circle if that feels nice to you. Just warming up gently and slowly in the beginning, because once we hit it, we're going to be moving and grooving. Now, if that feels okay in your shoulder, make it a little bigger. Think about palm in, and then could you turn your palm out as you circle back? Palm faces body, swivel it out. And let's just add on a little look. We're going to look to the right, yogis, away from our fingers. And if that feels especially good, maybe you pause, reaching back for a moment. Eyes back to me. Look right as you swivel the arm back. So nice. Eyes to me. Eyes right. Take a big in breath as you start your circle, and an exhale as you send it on back. So nice. Come forward and just gently drop the arm. Shake your head no, a little shake, just a no, gently. And then with your chin, draw some circles right in the center here, tiny little circles. I always think of a bobblehead when we do this. Switch directions. Bobbleheads are very admirable because do you notice how loose their necks are? No tension in those bobbleheads. And I'm embracing that feeling here now. Okay, relax, shake out again. Let's do the same. Little baby circles backwards with your right shoulder. Going backwards only to begin so as not to irritate. Forward circles can be really challenging for us. And only if it feels loose and easy, no clicks or feelings of burning or pinching, make it a little bigger. If you're feeling really tight or clicky, just keep it small. No need to make things bigger. Let's consider our thumb. Turn the palm in, thumbs up, palm out. So nice. I love that little rotation. Feel your shoulder internally rotating in the socket as you do that. Eyes, yogis, move them to the left. On that first one, I like to linger for a sec. Oh, feels so good. And then release when you're ready. Come back to me. Eyes to the left again. Eyes forward, inhale. Back to the left, exhale. So nice. Breathe in. And breathe out. Eyes back to me. Shake, shake. Take a little yes shake of your neck. Just a gentle nod. Nothing too severe or big here. And you stay facing forward. Keep your eyes forward now. Neck is still. We'll take both palms and press straight back. Now notice what this does, yogis. If you could see my shoulder blades, it squeezes your shoulder blades together and it puffs your chest out. Really big in the lungs now. Wide in the collarbones. Let's take a few micro pulses of our palms back. You're still soft in your low half. I like to envision that you're lifting something light, like a pillow, behind you. Now I'm just gonna turn away so you can see me. We're gonna do 2 more pulses, yogis, and then hold at the tip top and see if you can bring your fingers to rest on your spine. I like to try to put one hand on top of the other. If you made it one hand on top of the other, switch opposite hand on. Otherwise, you can just try to rest your fingers on your backside or your ribs. We're gonna try 4. Squeeze in, opening the chest, moving into our shoulders. 1 more, big chest opening. Great job, let's go the other way. Wrap yourself in a huge hug. Relax your shoulders now, feels so nice. Walk your hands to try to hold your shoulder blades, and as you bend your knees, we'll curl into the chest, rounding your upper back. And then I like to move a little side to side. I take my shoulders for a little stroll, move to the right and the left. Notice which one of your arms you crossed on top. Take a breath in as you're holding this angry cat variation. Then exhale to rise. Spread your arms wide. Come run to me for a huge bear hug. Feels so good. Spread open your chest, drop your shoulders. Which arm was on top? Okay, switch that. Give yourself a big squeeze. Hold on. Maybe you can even walk to the edge of your blades. Drop down, bend knees, round and roll. Pause here, chin to chest. Really open the back of your neck. Or maybe you want to take that little sideways reach with your shoulders in each direction. Okay, my friends, let's take a big in-breath while you're holding this cat. And as you exhale, release your hands. Run back to me for your big bear hug. And this time, reach to the floor. Fingers down, forward fold. We will bend our knees in every fold as much as we need to bring the floor to us, bring our toes to us. We want to settle deeply in the upper body. Feel the sense of hanging here. Let's move through just a little vinyasa flow to get our blood flowing before we introduce our flow, our special flow for today. From your forward fold, step both feet straight back. Let's find a little plank position. And you're welcome to drop your knees here. Moving a little side to side, warming up your wrists. It's very, very windy in South Jersey today, so I'm envisioning that strong wind out there. It's moving us around in our easy strength building plank. Settle back, hips to heels, tops of feet are flat, child's pose. Hands are outstretched and really walking far forward. Land your elbows in your child's pose. And see if you can bend your elbows, perhaps holding the back of your skull. Or you can rest a hand on each shoulder blade. And you might like to walk your elbows a little closer towards your ears, settling down into this child's pose. Again, opening up into our shoulders. Breathe big through the back of your arms, stretching your triceps here. And on your exhalation, let's crawl back out, eyes rise. We're in extended child's pose, moving forward to your modified plank again. Let your hips hang for a bit here, yogis. Maybe you sway a little, looking over your shoulders here and there. Just a soft, easy opening of your belly. Press back to child's pose again, but tuck your toes and then rise hips to the sky, downward facing dog. You look like a triangle here. Then we're gonna try to slide back, ears between elbows, Flatten out all of your finger knuckles, the middle knuckles. Try to press those flat. Slide your chest to your thighs and your thighs to the wall behind you. Notice, yogis, I didn't ask you to put your heels flat, right? Some of us will always have elevated heels in our dog. Energetically, they're anchoring down. Take a big out breath and anchor those towards your yoga mat. Let's look forward, finding that plank again. Perhaps we keep knees elevated or keep them down on diagonal from shoulders. And let's bend elbows to melt into our yoga mats. Descending slowly. Stretch your toes way far back behind you. Slide your hands down by your side ribs, about middle rib level, and tuck your elbows into your sides. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, press through the palms, rise just a little of your chest, and release again. Exhale. One breath per movement, an inhale or an exhale to rise, whatever feels like it moves you best. Release on the opposite breath. One more, my friends. As you exhale, release. Press back, child's pose. Let's stretch our hands off to the right side and guide our hips left. Your left hand may like to cover the right. Draw your ears between your elbows. I always open my elbows a little to make space there. And then I like to look under the left upper arm here. Might feel a little more sensational on your left side body stretch. Rise through the eyes, slide over to your left. Right hand might cover left. Your hips will definitely tug to the right side. And then if you can open your elbows, snuggle your face down there and perhaps peek out under your right arm. Rising up through the eyes, sliding hands back to center. Let's get ready to discover our flow for today. From your tabletop, tuck your toes. Lift into a little miniature leg down dog, a little short version of that. And tiptoe your way forward, back to fold with as knees as bent as you need. Try a roll or a hinge flat back, rising through your body. Lengthen everything to the sky, long and strong. Really lift here. Ribs are still tucked in and pointing down towards our hip bones. So we're standing tall enough to long open, no back bending here. Just really enjoying a nice long stretch. As you exhale, forward fold with me. Slow for the first 2 rounds of our special flow for today. Right leg steps back. Yogis, I'm just gonna cue high lunge every time, meaning my back knee's not gonna touch the floor, but you are welcome in every lunge we do to keep it a kneeler, whatever feels best. Rise on up. And a great way to really feel this lunge, let's think about tucking the right knee down a little bit, tucking tailbone under a bit, lengthening spine and opening your front hip flexor. Feels so good. We're gonna hug our body on these lunges. Front arm, the one that covers your belly, will always be the same as your front leg. So let's go left arm in front, right arm around low back. Push your forearm gently into your low back. Take a big breath in here. As you exhale, mount your forearm to hover over your left thigh. And we might need to take a little momentum, some rocking forward and back. We're gonna try, yogis, to lift our back legs. When you get stronger as we progress through our flow, we'll feel one big push down through the left foot and a boost of the right leg. If a boost is not happening in your practice today, hinge forward and maybe just lift up to your toes. Take a big breath in your warrior 3 and drop back down through the right leg. Lift your upper body, open the arms to a V overhead, really widen your arms. Press palms to a prayer, drop the thumbs to the nape of your neck. While you're here, yogis, we are going to back bend a little. Push your head back into the upper arms. Lift your elbow points. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, come back to center. Reach your arms wide and high, big V again. We're rotating our entire body to the right side. Warrior 2, eyes gaze down your left fingers. Take a big breath. Now warrior 2. Swiveling hips away from left knee opening towards baby toes. Energy in the right inseam and pressing down through the right blade edge. Feel good? All right, let's take a little gentle clasp overhead. Taking a few circles, just think about moving your arms to begin. Moving them to the left towards our bent knee and around, like you have a beautiful halo over your head. Now, if you'd like to make it bigger, you'll take a little bit of movement through your side bodies. We're adding on a sword strike in our Warrior Two. Watch me, my friends. As you circle, you'll sweep to your left leg. And ultimately, we'll just do 2 of these big, beautiful movements. But practice a few with me and see how they feel. Circle left, sweep left. Try one more. Big breath in. And a big breath out. We're almost done with Warrior Two. Open your arms. It's harder when we take our time. Moving slow is very strong. Reverse your warrior. Now, even though our postures will stay exactly the same, our arms are always yogi's choice. If you need some love for your heart space, you can cover. A little less intense, goal post arms. Take one more big breath in and just straighten your left leg, softly pulling kneecap high to thigh. This is when my body goes, ah. Doesn't that feel so much better? Like you're just letting that heat creep down and away from your left thigh. Beautiful job. You're in reverse triangle, yogis. Let's try real triangle so our legs will stay. Start with your arms out at shoulder height and just watch my hips for a moment. I'm gonna lean left. Can you see this hip cutting in, this hip pushing out? Okay, so join me. Lean left fingers like someone's tugging them away. Cut in left hip, push out right hip. Yogi's choice of your arms. Any arms are beautiful. Trying one more big breath in. Really great job in your triangle pose. As you exhale, back to Warrior Two. And we're rotating to Warrior One. Now this can be a tricky transition. Swivel to your left. Right toes turn in as you swivel left. I personally have to widen my stance. So I'll show you how I do it. If I'm in Warrior Two, and I have an intersection between my front heel and back arch, as I turn forward, that does not work for me. So I step my back leg out, and toes are now facing the corner of the right edge of your mat. You're in Warrior One. Big, beautiful breath in. Let's spread our wings here. Reach your wings back behind you. And bring them to me. Flutter your feathers towards me. Reach the crown of your head to me as well. Open back, big breath in. Reach forward. Inhale. Exhale. One breath per movement. Try one more. And reach. Yogis, to get back to the center, we are lifting the right heel again. Now we're back in lunge. Uplift your body. Arms anywhere. Lift your right leg to standing knee lift. Nice work. Cross the right thigh over the left. Welcome to tap toes down like a kickstand. Keep them hovering, single wrap of the thigh, or double wrap if you go around your calf. Take a big breath into eagle pose. Final posture of our flow today. Watch me and then follow. We're untangling our leg. Reaching back with the leg as we find forward fold. And then yogis, we will try to sweep that leg somewhere that feels very uplifted. Maybe we bend the knee, pushing our toes skywards, or we might keep the leg straight. Maybe you open your hips, maybe you keep them square. Whatever feels nice, you are finding your way to finish your flow in standing split. So if you feel a little nervous here, you can keep your eyes forward. If you feel really confident, you're building your confidence as you go. Left hand will hold the calf or the ankle, and we'll try to tuck in a little tighter. Shin towards the forehead. This will allow you to give a big boost to that top leg. Soften it down when you've had enough of your standing split. That was a big hamstring stretch, right? So it might feel great for us to take a little squat. Heels up or down. Take your body over your thighs I love this feeling because your thighs kind of smush the calves and let the tension release. Back to fold when you're ready to try our whole shebang on the other side. From forward fold, you can roll like a caterpillar or hinge with a flat back. What's your favorite way to rise? We're gonna move super slow again, and then add as much or as little speed to the practice as we enjoy. Big breath in, feel bold, be brave, be confident. Let's take a long step back with our left leg. You can fold first if you'd like. Find a big lunge, arms rise. Remember, front arm will be the same as our front thigh, so right arm, left arm. Holding here. How do we get that better sensation in our left hip flexor? This back leg being straight feels great, huh? But if we tuck a little bit, bend the knee a tad, tilt the pelvis, forward, tailbone down. Woo! That feels better for me. You'll find something that feels great for you, right? Beautiful job, yogis. Float your forearm over your right thigh. And in the beginning, we might need to do a little momentous rock forward and back. We're gonna try to maybe lift to left tiptoes or leg all the way off the ground. Take a big, beautiful breath in. And as you release, we'll tap back to lunge. You can always kneel, arms rise, wide V. Palms press overhead, thumbs to nape of neck. Now we press back with the skull, up with the elbows. Oh, I love it. Big sense of lifting and lengthening in the body as we back bend. Like I'm holding your elbow points and guiding them upwards. Coming back to regular lunge, torso long, open arms into a big V. Soften your body down to the left side, warrior two. Now remember in our warrior two, little things to think of that make it feel so much better. Right knee out towards baby toe, opening inner thigh, aligning knee with hip. Left blade edge, pressing gently into the earth as the inner arch is elevating. It feels really lifted with energy through your inseam. Nice. Reach overhead and grab your big sword. Now, if you always feel like you clasp the same hand the same way, let's try the other way. Feels a little funky and new. Take a little circle to your right, just your little halo to begin. Feels nice, yeah? Now, if you want a little more, you'll use your internal and external obliques, using a bit of body rolling if you like to dance. Next time, my friends, let's add on a big sword strike. So we circle to the right side and strike to the right side. You'll remember this because, again, it's your bent knee. You're gonna go towards your bent knee. Nice job. 2 more practice rounds. I know the heat is building in your thigh. Hang in. Open your arms again. Eyes gaze down your right fingertips. You are gentle in your warrior two. And we reverse. Eyes may like to follow, right fingers reach skywards. Left fingers float down effortlessly here. Can you ungrip from your jaw? Can you ungrip in your toes? Straighten up your right leg. That feels better, doesn't it? Now you have more energy to give. Reverse triangle pose. Let that heat subside in your right thigh. When you're ready, triangle pose. Any arms are beautiful. I love a soft right knee, and there's a sensation of scissoring here. Scissoring your inner thighs together to hold steady and strong in your triangle pose. As we find our way back to warrior two, here comes a bit of an awkward transition. It'll smooth out as we practice. Warrior one. Now, wider yogis will always be more stable, so you can go as wide as it feels good. Traditionally, probably looks like this if you go textbook style. I'm gonna make mine a little wider myself as well. Feel good? Could you bend the right knee? Maybe that thigh is almost parallel to the floor. Dang, you're good. Spread the wings, open your chest, flutter the wings. Bring them to me. Lean forward if you're able to. Open back, breathe in. Stretch forward. So this is the same that we started with, yogis. Chest opening, right, back opening. Oh, feels so good. One more round. Come back to the sky. Big breath in. Lift your left heel. You're in a lunge. And we might need to tiptoe forward, but if we can, we're going to spring that knee to the sky. So if this is really hard for you to do from your lunge, maybe you'll just hop, hop, hop. When you feel ready, lift your left knee. Well done. Eagle. Kickstand option. Single wrap. Double wrap. Yes. Good work. Sink low in the hips. Be light and long in the upper body. And then you know what standing split looks like now. It's the same on this side. Unwind the leg, forward fold. Left toes open. If it's really scary or really challenging, take your knee to a bend. Just poke your toes to the sky. Think more about trying to be confident being upside down here. The leg will come. Maybe you want to try today holding that right ankle or right calf, pulling your nose and your knee to kiss. A little late for Valentine's Day, but we'll take it. So what feels good in your body, my friends? We're gonna take one more big breath in. We always are seeking what feels good. Once we find it, we do more of that. And when you're ready, that leg falls. You're in forward fold. Massive hamstring stretch. Do you need a release? Maybe it's a little squat. When we move through this little squat may transition to tiptoe, toes on the balls of feet, uplifted in your upper body, whatever feels good, right? Okay, are we ready? We're not adding anything. Nothing is changing. We're just gonna do it on repeat, side to side. Aiming for 4 rounds. See if we have time for more. That'll be amazing. Okay, hips hop, forward fold. Let's take a rise, yogi, slowly so you don't get dizzy. Oh, I always love that moment. It feels so victorious. Big breath in. Now you could step straight back with the right leg, or if you want to fold first and step back. Remember, this is your flow. Right leg is the lunger backer. Inhale, open your chest. Left arm in front. Take a big breath. As you exhale, float your body over your left thigh. Try to lift that right leg. Warrior 3, toes can always stay connected. Tap down just as softly as you rose. You're back in lunge. Arms overhead, palms meet. Prayer. Thumbs to nape of neck. Lift up, push away. Take a big breath. When you come back to the center, long in your body, spread your fingers skywards and wide. Swivel everything to the right for your warrior 2. Take a beautiful breath in and sweep the arms overhead. So try a different clasp this time. Sweep, and we're sword striking right away. Sweep around, strike softly to the left. One more time, big circle around, softly to the left. Yogis, let's pause for a sec. If that's super challenging for you, instead of coming around the head, sweep in front of your heart. You'll still get a little action in the core and a nice stretch in the sword strike. Beautiful job. Reach back to warrior 2. Reverse it. Big lift. Lift with your left fingertips. Straighten just your left knee. Everything else stays. One breath cycle here. Triangle pose. Remember how we reach? Good. Then we land it. Back to your warrior 2. Swiveling into warrior 1. Arms sweep high to the sky to begin. And then back we go, spreading chest, wings wide, reaching forward, spreading your back body. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, lean forward. Any breath that works, yogis. If you're on the opposite one, that's good. As long as you're breathing, I'm happy. Let's try one more. And as we lift our body back up for warrior 1, elevate your right heel. Try to get that foot forward any way you can, straight into eagle pose this time. Take a big breath in. Hips down, torso high. Unravel, forward fold with right leg somewhere interesting. Be brave, tuck chin towards your chest. Hang heavy through the back of your neck. Soften your jaw and find your breath. Soften down to forward fold. Feel free to move it into a little squat if that feels more rejuvenating. Maybe it's a tiptoe stand. Fun, right? You get a little wobbly in your ankles. Body stabilizers are kicking on. Let's go. Forward fold. You can step straight back here with that left leg, yogis. I like to rise in between, so I'm going to take it on up. Then step back with the left leg. Big push away. Inhale, heart rises. Hug the arms around your body. Float forearm over right thigh. Lift to warrior three. This is movement at your pace. Your breath dictates your movement. One breath per movement here and there. Doesn't have to be anything serious. You move when it feels good. Palms, prayer. Nape of neck. Uplift. We are lifting and then pressing back. So good. Take one more big breath in. As you exhale, reach back to the sky softly, finding warrior two. Hands clasp overhead. Sweep and strike to your right side. Try again. I like an inhalation halfway around and then a big exhale to strike. Opening your arms, warrior two. Lean back, yogis. Sometimes I call this posture sun warrior. I love this visual. Envision that your sun, your right hand is holding a sunshine ball and you're putting the sun high in the sky. It's just beaming down, warm and lovely on your body. Nice job. Reverse triangle. Soften that right knee. If you'd like a little more as you progress, you can sweep the bottom arm up. Now for triangle, we're gonna cut in on the right hip. Beautiful. If you're progressing and you're like, easy peasy, you want more? Sweep up. Ooh, arms overhead is not my thing. I like this one better. Warrior two. Turning our corner, finding our warrior one that's comfortable for you. Take a wing spreading moment. Maybe your wings spread differently. We've been going back wide, haven't we? Maybe this time we sweep low and spread back. This is what I love about the repetitive nature of this is we might want to make it a little different each time. Yeah? Maybe you like the same old. Do what's best for you. Try two more and then we'll take out a couple of these wings next time. I don't know about you, but I like to procrastinate getting into the balance. So this isn't so bad. Lift your left heel. Let's rise to eagle. Now, again, if you want more to add on, you certainly can wrap back into the hug we started with, or if you want to press the backs of your hands together for a full eagle, please do your thing. Open wide. Let's find our versions of standing split. I'm going to turn off my space heater because we warmed up fast, didn't we, yogis? Take a big lift of your left leg. Get cozy upside down here. Find your breath flowing. So when you're ready, drop your left foot. Might feel great to be in forward fold now that we're stretching and becoming a little more taffy-like. Or maybe you join me in a little squat. Doing the same. Let's go again. Forward fold. Roll yourself to rise unless you're stepping straight back. The right leg is moving. Lunging when you're ready. Left arm around the front body for the big hug. Right arm around the back. Inhale and just open for a moment. Exhale, body hovers. Lifting through the right leg, warrior three. I like a nice chin tuck here, yogis, if you can, so the back of your neck feels really long. Step back down, lunge, find your stability. It's hard when we move fast to find our balance, isn't it? Palms press. Don't worry, I'm right here with you. If you feel a little bit like you're on a rocking ship, me too. Let's press back, but lift. Uplift each rib from the one beneath it. Bottom rib up from your hip bone there. Big opening breath, warrior two. So beautiful. Clasp your hands overhead. Remember that we're sweeping these swords to our left side to start striking over the bent knee. I like to move my eye gaze to the best of my ability around to follow the hands. Open again, warrior two. Reverse or sun warrior, because I don't know about you, but I feel like we need all the sunshine in our lives. Reverse triangle pose. Soft with your right hand if it's reaching low. Triangle pose. Back to your warrior two. And swiveling to your left, warrior one. Let's just go for a couple sweeps through our wings this time. Anyway, they want to open and spread beautifully wide behind you. Inhale up and overhead. During warrior one, there might be a scissoring of your inner thighs again. A pulling back with your left cheek and a pressing forward with your right hip. Big, beautiful breath in. This warrior one turns to a lunge, and we try to rise right leg over the left for our eagle. Usually we do the opposite arm under. If you want to add the arms, hug, why not? More hugs are better. Or press the backs of your hands together. When you feel ready to open, how softly can you make your way into your standing split? So just take notice on this next round, or if we can squeeze in two more after this. How have you changed from the first time you visited this posture to this one, or from this one to the next? Relax back to fold or squat, whatever you need. Rise when you're ready. Big lift of the arms. Feel free to fold first. Here we go on the left side. All right, my friends, let's see how beautiful, soft, and easy we can make it. Hug on, right arm front, left arm back. Float body. Warrior three. A little bit of a toenail check here. We're turning all 5 left toenails to the floor, making sure our hips feel really nice and squared. Stepping back, it's a big light lunge. Press, lift from the elbows, really breathing into those new spaces you're creating in your front and side bodies. Big breath to the sky. Soften your way down to your warrior two. Clasp your hands up and overhead. Sweep to the right. Big sword strike. Sweep. Oh, it got a little smoother that round, didn't it? Now we know where we're going. Relax into warrior two, eyes to the right. Reverse that. Eyes may like to follow those right fingers. Straightening your right leg softly. Remember, we have that option to add on any arms that makes us happy. Triangle pose. Any arms that make us happy. You might like to go back to your hug or your prayer or hands covering your heart. Warrior two again. Warrior one. Let's take 2 sweeps of our big wings. 1 breath in each direction. One more round. Eagle pose on the way out. Lift your left heel from lunge to eagle. How low can you go? Sink in your backside. Uplift your torso. Maybe we give the whole eagle a go. Untangle everything you have. Finding your standing split that makes you feel proud. And as we drop back down, taking a load off in our forward fold or a squat of some type, we have time, yogis. Oh yeah, we have time for 2 more rounds. And I'm just gonna change your warrior one so we can humble if you're getting tired of spreading your wings. Roll to rise or step straight back, right leg. Last time, let's really make it something that we move with passion through. Hug arms. Inhale, lift up, feel confident and strong, feel light, bobblehead style here. Float forward, elevate toe check, right toes, even that little pinky guy, he's turned towards the floor. Now we know we have really strong squared hips. The softest, most muscular tap into lunge as you step back. It's okay if you crash and burn, I do that all the time too. Lifting from the elbow points, heart rising. Feels good. Big lift, big opening into warrior two. Arms reach overhead, soft sword strikes. I felt a little better when I changed my hands from a clasp to prayer hands. Just feels like it's a bit smoother without that clasp for me. Opening into warrior two. Sun warrior or reverse warrior. Reverse triangle. Triangle pose. Scissoring in your thighs, especially if you're getting a little sweaty and you might feel a little slippery. Back to warrior two. Coming into our warrior ones, yogi. So get adjusted, and you're welcome to spread your wings again. But if you'd like, you could really widen your left foot and clasp your hands behind your low back this time. Let's consider 2 breaths, hovering your thigh or tucking shoulder inside the knee and humbling your warrior, letting your head hang, maybe your knuckles rise skywards. We have that wonderful integration of our hips here, left cheek pulling back, right hip pushing forward. Now, the thing about coming down is we got to get back up. So if you can, rise all the way up, lift your right heel. We still have that eagle. Are you like, darn it, why did I take that humble warrior option? It's hard. Lift your right leg, eagle. Right arm may like to come under. Standing split. Try to wiggle through your left toes, yogis. And maybe you don't actually wiggle them, but it's a sense of liberation. Sometimes they want to claw down on the mat, and that gets us tired and crampy. We're just letting go there. Soften to your fold or a squat of your choice. Oh, felt good to squat there. We have one more round. How soft, how graceful can we make this one? Let's see what we can do. From forward fold, join me to rise, or just step your left leg back. From that lunge, hug your body. From your hover, lift your left leg. Checking in with our hips here. Push energy through the heel of your left foot. Landing back really softly, rising skywards, long in your spine. Palms press, then we lift and bend open. Finding a stretch up again and a soft landing in our warrior two. Clasping, or maybe try that little prayer. This one makes me feel much more mobile. Taking a big circle to the right and a slow sword strike. Wiggle your right toes if you can, just soften them in some way. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Reverse triangle, lifting kneecap to thigh, keeping it from locking, just finding a really strong integration there. Triangle pose. Warrior two. And then maybe we want to try that fun new warrior one. Well, at least tell ourselves it'll be fun. We'll see how we feel when we arrive, whether or not that's true. So you have your wings spreading you can do. If you feel like you want to widen your right foot a little, it lets you maneuver inside that knee. You'll clasp your hands behind your low back and just boost up. Feels so nice. Now maybe you just kind of hang in a hover, so good. Or you sneak the right shoulder inside the right knee, and we'll keep guiding. Right cheek back, left hip forward. I love this one because if you lift your knuckles, it feels like you've got a shower head over top, and you are rinsing tension out of your shoulders, out of your mind. I recommend an in-breath in this humble warrior, and then we'll see if we could use a big out-breath to rise. Back heel lifts, lunge. Ooh, that was a topsy-turvy one, huh? How'd you do? Proud of you guys. Lift your left leg, crossing over for eagle. I love a good balance challenge. Feels good when you conquer it, doesn't it? Maybe the arms join the party. And finally, we make our way into standing split. And yogis, you know, if you're not feeling your standing split, you're like, I'm tired. Drop those left toes and hang out here. It's a really wonderful place to be. Just get that sense of breathing easy while you're upside down. When you're feeling like it's enough, drop to your fold. Let's definitely hang and fold. In a second, I promise I'll option that squat here again. Take your feet a little bit wider than your hips width distance. And let's hold opposite forearms or elbows or biceps. We'll gently bend our knees as we sway in a tick-tock fashion, side to side.
proud of you, yogis. I hope that you discovered, as we explored those postures, we got it. 1, 2, 3. I think we did it 8 times, my friend. So as we did it 8 times, you got a lot of practice in those postures. So hopefully they felt like you could find a deeper expression. Maybe you just felt more open. Maybe it was just more comfy. Fingers release back to the floor. Let's turn our toes out this time. And you might need to widen again. Heels will generally be outside our hips width distance here. Drop your hips, maybe press your forearms on your thighs. See how you're feeling here. If you want to go lower, it's like a limbo. How low can you go? What feels good? And you know me, I'm going to do a little movement in this yogi squat. I love a yogi squat twist. So you can join me whether you're high or low. You'll take your left something, your elbow or your hand, and you'll push away. And then try to drop your shoulder or your right hand inside the knee and look over your left shoulder-ish area. Might look a little different if you're up high, but you get the same beautiful twist. Soften back to center when you're ready. I know it's hard here, yogis. Let's try the other side. Use your right hand or elbow to push that right knee away. Soften down into your left side and then peek over your right shoulder. Good news, we made it to all the yummy stretches. Come back to the center. A hand in front, a hand in back. We're all finding seated together. Even if you have to leave early, you have plenty of time for some nice stretches. Let's take our legs straight to begin, my friends. Just for a second, pointing and flexing through our ankles. They worked hard. Turning them in and out, maybe pushing baby toes forward and then trying to push big toes forward. Nice work through the ankles. Good, good, good. Hug your left knee into your chest and just rock a little side to side, making sure that you don't have any flesh under your sits bones or your tailbone. So you feel real comfy as you sit. And then let's ride up to the penthouse. We want to go top floor. Navel rides up to the thigh, all the way to the very tip top, rooftop bar up there. If you like to twist with your foot crossed over, feel free. We're planting the left hand, soft elbow, raising the right arm, breathe in. And then as you exhale, come across the outer left thigh. Sometimes this can bother people's elbow. So if that's you, take a soft landing on your left shoulder. Yeah, that's nice, right? Okay, and then you can gently guide that shoulder just a bit more deeply into your twist. Take a slow breath in here. Try to be breathing with your whole body. It's tough in a twist. Slowing down is really helpful to make our way through those twists and turns. And on your exhalation, just ease yourself forward. Let your body lean back to uncross or slide your leg back out. Wherever you are, legs are straight now. We're leaning back. Your fingers are pointing in any direction that helps you feel spacious in your chest and shoulders. And then we'll bend both knees, feet flat, and scooch or slide hips as far forward as it feels good for you. Opening your chest more expansively the further we slide forward to our heels. You doing okay? Nice to stretch and slow down, isn't it? I'm so proud of you though. You had a very strong flow today. Let's slide our hips back again. Both legs are straight, and then we'll hug the right into your chest. Feel free to play with the toes and ankles if they want another little bit of relaxation. We'll hug in when you're ready. Okay, let's go all the way up. It's Friday night after all. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, so let's go to that rooftop bar. I like to think about Mabel riding the escalator up. I'm all about the visuals. I always think weird things when we're moving with our bodies. This is a great place to stay. Right hand can plant on the floor. We can twist from here. I personally like to do it with my leg over, so join me if you'd like outside the left thigh, and then we'll do the same. As you exhale, let it come down. You can keep a high five as well, or a rest on your right shoulder. Just casually let the fingers fall to the floor. So continuing that escalator vibe where we're rising as every in-breath comes through. And during your outhales, during your out breaths or your exhales, you might be able to swivel your eyes a little bit further to the right side. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, swivel eyes. I do like to make up my own words a lot during yoga though. Come on, back forward. Untangle yourself and just lean back again. Uncross your leg, let it slide out. We're opening the chest in the same way, but we'll let our feet and knees have a little fun too. So feet flat, knees down. Let's swish the hips. Still puffy in your chest, long in your spine. Slow movement side to side here. Now, for my friends who can stay right to the end of class, we get the opportunity to totally chill out in pigeons. And I have two versions in case you're feeling like I'm tuckered out and I just want to lie on my back. You can do that, or we can come to the pelvis. So I'll offer that, but for the folks who need to get out of here a bit early and prepare, it's going to be 1:55 in less than a minute. Just don't want you to be late. All right, so if you are leaving, you might just want to roll around to the side. No rush. Leave your practice as gently as you made your way in. A little fold, a little rise. Before you make a decision, we're coming to pigeons for those who are staying. Optional, we don't get right into it, I'll cue you, but optional reclined pigeon down here. So if you're thinking that's going to be more your speed, lie right down on your back. And if you'd rather move into on the pelvis pigeon, we're going to find downward facing dog. All right, yogis. From downward facing dog, the right knee will come in towards your nose, and then we'll swivel heel towards your left thigh, walking your left leg out long behind you, or taking a double knee bent pigeon. There's no right or wrong answer here. It's just kind of a check-in and see what feels good. Now, if you've decided to lie on your back, the right knee will still be your bender. You'll cross that ankle over your left thigh, and you could reach anyway. I like to go through the window, one hand on either side of left thigh. You could hold the thigh, or you can hold your shin. Oh, that's a tough choice. They both feel really good. I think I'm gonna go for the taller version though today, yogis. And you could certainly do a little bit of each because we have time. When you get to where you're going, some things we might want to consider is breathing into the right outer thigh, into that glute area. Thinking of how strong we encourage them to be during our warriors today, and now how much we're allowing them to surrender, melt that tension away. If you feel safe doing so, consider closing your eyes. Allow your eyelids to feel soft, your eyeballs to get a little heavier. Melt into this darkness here. Releasing the outside world for just a moment. It'll be waiting for us when we come back, I promise. Letting go of all the stimulation of the colors, the words, the screens, the textures, lightness and darkness that we're always bombarded with. And as we take another really slow, nurturing breath in here, consider letting go of some more tension in your face. If your eyes are still closed, I love to envision that vast, infinitely dark space that's behind our eyes. Just kind of settle in there like it's your cocoon and let all your worries and stress melt away. So if you're on your down dog version of pigeon, you might like to push back to dog. You'll rise through the hands, straighten that back leg, lift the knee, and step back. Doing the same with your left knee. Alternatively, yogis, you could do a break dance. Swing the left leg in front, the right leg back. Bent knee or right leg straight pigeon. And then for those of you who are on your backs, you'll just give a little squeeze to your right knee and let it go. Switch sides, cross left ankle over your right thigh. You can work there on pushing away a little bit. Maybe your elbow can push your left knee away from your heart. No matter what, we're taking good care of our left upper legs and outer thighs. Feel free to join me, yogis, dropping back into where we just were. Attempting to bring the grace and ease from our practice now into our minds, our hearts, and letting that show on our faces. We're just smooth and easy in our expression. Well, I'd like to congratulate you because you worked hard today, and oftentimes when there's something challenging, we tend to force or push or get rigid and tough or heavy, yeah? It's just a natural tendency to grip. So we try to work strong but smooth and easy. And in that way, you can envision yourself like water making its way around the rough edges of a boulder and smoothing away all those rough edges as it works through the nooks and crannies. That's how you moved your body today. That's how you moved your breath. We'll try to take our yoga off the mat today by using that sense of softness during difficult times, trying to approach our relationships and our interactions like water, flowing smoothly around the edges of a boulder. Wherever you are, if you're on your back, it's really nice because you just uncross your legs and kind of rock a little side to side and roll to a side. So if you need another dog, if you're up high with me, you can push back. I'm just actually going to roll to my left cheek and then do that little break dancing move. Once I'm seated, it's just fun to rock around here. Come back to knees, and that's how I'm gonna ride. So just find the easiest, most gentle, loving, and graceful way to rise out of your practice. And as we make our way back to standing together, I hope that this big breath swells you up with a sense of pride, love, and compassion for your amazing bodies, for your dedication to your practice today. I would love to thank you for helping us stay accountable, for coming and keeping us excited with your great requests. And just, it's so nice to see each other. This virtual community we have is amazing. My light honors yours, yogis. Thank you for allowing me to lead you today, and namaste.